Okay, I'm going to try this again. I have a problem staying within my 15-minute limit. Um, I'm going to write an introduction. That way I don't have to waste time talking about it. Okay. I want to show that what I do, it seems to be in sync with what goes on the TV. And I wish there was a better way to do this, because it really has to be live in order to do it. So if there's people hacking, they can see right away. But if you're not hacking, I guess you don't get to see it. Not right away. I probably do a very poor job of it. I'll try, though. Okay, that's the best I can do, is try and hope that there's enough people that are like looking at the screen and looking at me right now. And I know there are. I know that. Okay, so I'm looking at this thing about this horrible situation in Connecticut. Okay, it struck me because it happened near this place called Newton. And I use a picture of Paul Newman. And they're talking about elementary school, and I just wrote about my son's elementary school just yesterday, so it's kind of like a red flag for me.
Especially with incidents involving children, whether they're struck by autos or incidents at this school, our feeling is you just can't get there fast enough. And we really don't expect to have.
Okay, so I'm going to flick the channel real quick.
I don't even like baseball. I'm just saying, when you're a guy, and you know you have a family, you have responsibility, you lose that male camaraderie, and I get that. I totally understand where he's coming from. But I really feel it that say, so miss male camaraderie. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so something about male camaraderie. I don't know. It's not really jiving with what I'm.
We just lost that connection. We'll try to reestablish our connection with Mike Branchwell. In the meantime,
They just lost their connection.
There is so little, unfortunately, to
so did I.
which is worrisome in itself. That the Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, is on lockdown at this point. I think we might have Mike Branchwell back on the line. Mike, can you hear me?
A lot of times I feel things
Mike,
like.
can you tell me?
I think it's like this weird device that people use that they touch people with it, and you can feel it. It's like why my eye went red before, and why, like, I think it happened to Anderson Cooper. And
It's up to me, Nathan, and our children have friends who go to that school. We have a daughter who's in that elementary school, but not that actual school.
So what do you know about what's happening? There seems to be a real vacuum right now of information.
Okay.
Have you seen anything? Have you seen responders going by?
He has an accent.
We know that there's a number of responders at the school. I mean, the school has a very good system of communicating with parents. So
he has an English accent. Okay. He's speaking and he has an English accent. Right now, I've got a case of dry mouth, which will go away instantaneously the minute I talk about it. Okay. But see, the guy on TV that all of a sudden started talking has an English accent. They're interviewing him, right? At the same time that all of a sudden I get this dry mouth. Now, I don't get dry mouth on and off at the touch of a button like that, unless someone's touching a button somewhere, of course. But that's unusual. Nobody gets dry mouth like that. But it tells me something, right? Because it's an English accent. So I've got to, I connect because I've been writing about the Royals. If you follow my blog, I've been writing about them. So what would be the logical thing to come up in my mind? Okay, I'm feeling something right now. Right now. So I'm going to flick the channel to see if it gives me an inkling as to who could be the person making me feel what I'm feeling. I'm too much of a lady to say what it is I'm feeling. Yeah, that pretty much shows what I'm feeling. He was gesturing like this.
Did you just say I lack of commitment? Because that's what it sounded like. It almost seems as though you forgot I proposed to you like
Okay, so I'm seeing right now is this blonde woman who's upset about the guy that proposed to her, and recently, as recently as yesterday, I wrote about Lauren Powell in a very unattractive way. So, and she was married, she's widowed, to Steve Jobs, and so that's the connection I'm going to make, because see, I connected to what I'm writing. I'm always connecting it to what I'm doing, what would be relevant to me, not to anybody else, but to me. So I feel this thing, I turn on the channel, bam, it shows me an exact movement of what I'm feeling, even though I can't prove that I'm feeling it. But I did say, let me put this on mute, but to my benefit, I did say beforehand, I said, I'm too much of a lady to tell you what I'm feeling. So it gives you a pretty good idea. So when you see it, you kind of get an idea, okay? Because some of these things that I feel are not, they're not nice, to say the least. Which, if there is such a device, and I think there is, and I think there are a lot of people that would back me on this, why would a woman want to do that to another woman that she doesn't know? Right? Why would that be the case? And I would think that, oh, I'm totally off my rocker and wrong, except that the minute I point out that it's that particular person, it stops. Just like that. Because, well, I have my theories about it. But it stops. So that's why I do so much video work. It's because I feel it's like medicine, right? You know, you take aspirin to stop a headache. I turn on the video to stop a headache. It shouldn't work like that, right? You shouldn't have to turn on a video camera to stop a headache. But it works for me. If I turn it on, my headache goes away. I'm like Pavlov's dog. I figured it out, you know. Now the why of that is, that's a new thing. I don't know why. Well, I kind of know why, but I can't say it, right, because it makes no sense. There are people that could say it for me. I'm feeling it again. Let's check it out. Again, not a very ladylike feeling. Not a very ladylike feeling at all.
Besides, I don't know if I have enough of these babies to go around. You want to do some mushrooms? I got more rooney for black crows. I'm eating them.
Now look at that. It's Ben Affleck. Well, what does that suggest?
I swear to God, man.
Did you see the guy looks just like Ben Affleck? Okay, so what would that suggest given what I've been working on in the last 24 hours? I mean, I feel like I'm almost like teaching a class. Okay, class, children. Now, given what we studied in the last 24 hours, what does a Ben Affleck reference mean? Who would it be referring to if it's not referring to Ben Affleck himself? Because I think we're pretty clear that that's not who we're referring to. Okay. And and by the way, the feeling went away. The second I brought up Ben Affleck's name, it went away. It's gone. Just like that. It's gone. It happens that quick. Just like in the video I showed that little boy, Solomon, saying that sometimes he gets a headache and it just hits him and then it just goes away just like that. From the mouth of a 9-year-old. Okay. And he's standing in front of the computer when he says it. Same thing. Same thing. Nobody disputes it when he says it. Okay, so let's see. I'm getting down to the wire here. Let's see what's on next here. You're going to talk, I hope, about the school.
And the one thing, Shimon, what we've been covering, these are some of the first pictures that are coming into us here at CNN of what appears to be a school shooting at an elementary school. This coming to us courtesy of our affiliate WTNH. This is in Newtown, Connecticut. It's a town about midway between Stamford and Hartford in southwestern Connecticut.
I feel it.
Came in early this morning.
Sometimes it's subtle, and then the picture goes subtle on what it is that I feel.
See now from the aerial shot, some of the officers, one of them with a canine unit on the scene. We also have a report from one of the local affiliates there that a witness saw two children, one with a bloody face and the other with what appeared to be a hand injury. Can also tell you as well that parents.
10:30, only on TV.
Only 12 shopping days till Christmas, so get your Kohl's 3-day sale Thursday through Saturday. Plus, everyone gets $10 Kohl's cash back. In Newtown, Connecticut, you can see a number of police responders
And
as
this
well
is
as ambulance.
there's another part that you don't actually see that happens with me, but that's like a peculiar. That's a peculiar thing that happens. I guess that's the more spiritual side of how I tend to see the world. Sometimes I'll see a reflection on the TV or on the window or a shadow, or my dogs will behave a certain way, and it tells me things. It's in sync with what I'm thinking and feeling. So that's not televised, that's just real life. But that happens a lot with me too. Almost the same as actually better than the TV. The TV is good though because it gives me a visual where I can't always get one, like from the world. But like right now, I'm feeling things right now. I'm feeling a little bit right here. Not very much, just a tiny bit. They're trying to stay under the radar. So it's very, very subtle.
That's when police reported that
Let's see, I changed the channel. Well, look at that, Elizabeth Hurley. No, I don't know who that is. I'm feeling something else, very unladylike. See, they don't stop. I'm actually doing it. They know I'm doing it, and they don't stop. They know they're being recorded. They know they're being caught, but they enjoy it. It's like kind of like a psychopath, right? Because they enjoy it. I mean,
parking lot, possibly towards the school at this point. You can see some of the children.
you just saw someone all of a sudden duck.
Some parents have been responding as well as first responders. Parents have been asked to stay home though, although you can imagine what it would be like if you have children in that school. That might be the last thing you would think to do is to stay home. You can see the police also branching out into the surrounding area that rush around the school. That school is sort of
Okay. Yeah, what was that? I felt it.
Yeah, call me sweetie. Yeah, you don't need to call me sweetie.
Call me sweetie, but you don't need to call me sweetie. So what does that tell me? Call me sweetie.
Reports that early this morning, probably just after school had.
Sweetie, to me, would be Steve Wozniak, SW, sweetie. It doesn't mean he's sweet, mind you. Nothing sweet about what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling it right now. He gets off on it. There's no question about it. He gets off on it because he gets away with it. I mean, he can go on a video and talk about free speech is murder, and he gets away with it. He can talk about counterfeiting dollar bills, and he gets away with it. He can talk about, breaking and entering, and he gets away with it. Nobody ever arrests him, questions him, or does anything. He's all over the internet confessing to all kinds of crime, and nobody does a thing. Not even, I mean, at least a question, right? Law enforcement could at least question, but not even that. Not even that. So this is like a field day, for somebody like him. You can be as sick as you want to be and not get caught. I mean, what more could you ask for if you're a psychopath, right? I'm going to stop here. Now, all I'm saying in this video, the other thing, I've got a few, no, I better stop. I don't want to get cut off.